Coming up very, very shortly indeed will be the world premiere of Ergo Physmis's Falconelli's Shoes.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will. Mr. Physmis is warmed up and ready to go.
Good afternoon on this beautiful rainy afternoon. We did our very best to stop it with a special rain dance, well, a special sun dance earlier on, which, as you can see, wasn't successful because with all the will in the world, we sadly cannot control the universe today. So, yes, thank you for coming along. And I'm going to perform first a new piece called Falconelli's Shoes, which is full of very questionable things. And in fact, I'm going to disappear for the first few minutes of it. But I thought I'd come along and say hello just to be polite. So DJ, whenever you want to hit it, you're very welcome to hit it. Oh, all right. I wish I could do it in a cloud of smoke like the Wicked Witch of the West. Give me another year and it will. Falconelli's Shoes. Fragments of an infinite puzzle.
Once upon a time there was a man who had a nose made of glass. The reason he didn't notice it and why other people didn't know was thanks to the fact that this glass nose was so completely covered with skin it looked like a normal nose, and it functioned like a normal nose when he had a cold and in other conditions of life. At the same time, it was a very exceptional and unusual nose, and as time went by, one noticed that a small glass tip showed itself on the skin of the nose. There are people whose hair begins to fall out when they become more mature, older, and smarter. First, it happens in the middle of the head. A small, hairless spot shows. Then the spot becomes shiny and larger until something we call baldness develops. This was also the case with this man's nose. In particular, it was the skin covering the nose that gradually became thinner and receded more and more until finally the entire nose became glass and glistened like a crystal. It didn't look stupid. A nose radiated and twinkled in the middle of his face, and it could reflect the most improbable lights and colours and allowed objects to shine through in fragments and in a colourful mixture far away in the green distance. Indeed, everyone wished to have such a beautiful, shining, sparkling and glowing nose as this man had. One day, this man noticed that he could smell transparent things. That was very unusual. Just think if, for example, you could smell my thoughts or the thoughts of another person. How embarrassing it would be for us. If, for instance, I could smell what you think about this grotesque matter, how embarrassing. All the members of the secret police would wish for such a glass nose. Or don't you think so? At the beginning, when that man noticed his new abilities, he started to sniff shyly into the world like a young girl. And when it stank too much, he pinched his glass nose shut. People with glass noses know that people often don't smell very nice, even those who think that they smell very nice. And it is very seldom that even the best-smelling people ever match the aroma of a rose. What young girl would ever say in polite society,
"It stinks here"?
And, in this same regard, the man with the glass nose would modestly swallow down a great sum of the bad smells that came storming at him. As compensation for his suffering, he also had the same triumphs that a young girl might often celebrate because of her beauty. And so people used to say to this man, "Oh, my Eric, how wonderful your iridescent Cyranian nose is shining again. But your nose is more pure than Cyrano. You know that whoever is called Cyrano must be able to smell like a rose. Your diamond nose spreads like a rainbow. Your nose collects all the splendor of the rainbow and all the light of the sun and spends everything extravagantly on all the people.